Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing how you can change your own spark plugs on your M156 Mercedes engine. So I have these I bought from FCP Euro, they're about $10 each. These are the genuine plugs, however not branded Mercedes, original brand NGK. Here is the original part number if you want to buy them yourself. Now these plugs should be pre-gapped from the factory. I'm going to show you how you can check the gap yourself. It is recommended. So these from factory need to be around 1mm. So you can see how I have 0.45, I have 0.51, so it's around about a millimeter. I'm just going to check. It's very tight, not too tight, so it's not under, but not loose where it's over. So these are perfect. Now this one is ready to install. So now I'm going to, just for now, put it back in the case. I'm going to check all of them and I'll come back. Okay, so I've gone through all of them. I've checked one by one, make sure none of them are damaged, make sure all of them are in good condition, are gapped to spec. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take our air filters off so we can get to our spark plugs. Once our front cover is off, we're going to want to use a screwdriver or I believe it's 7mm. Just release these, they don't need to come all the way out, just a good healthy amount. Okay, once that's loosened, we can now lift up on our box. Sorry, it's probably hard to see. So first we're going to want to unscrew this. It's just a, I believe 7mm or a flat blade screwdriver. After you do that, you just want to lift up here, just jiggle it around. You can jiggle this out. And we have to get this wire connected out. Just go from below, push down, you'll hear it click, and that can come out. Just wiggle it out. So now we can put this one aside. Now repeat for this side. So loosen up there, pull up here, just be careful, you obviously don't want to break anything. Pull it out, easier to turn it over, you can see straight into here. Someone's broken this before, it looks like. So release that. So I've got the other side. What happens is there's a clip-on piece here. Just want to push out from either sides. Put that aside for a second, and it's actually clipped onto the front of this side. Press down. Just wiggle out. You don't want to pull from the wires, you just want to push from the connector. This side's done. Alright, so we have here is some T30s. Now before I start, especially if you're going to be a long time, you want to put some rags or something inside the intakes. Just need to make sure that 100% that you remove all of them before you do start your engine. Alright, it's probably best to try and disconnect your plugs while it's sitting still. You're not fighting against anything. So just push down. Just play around with it. Not all of them are going to come straight away. Push down. Alright, so I'll start on this side. This is a T30, so I'll take one with you guys quickly. So just listen quickly. Okay, so put your bolts safe somewhere. Once that's done, you just want to wiggle this away. As long as you're going around and around and around, you don't want to start jerking. You make sure it loosens as easy as possible. And eventually, you'll hear a pop and it'll give up. And that's it. There's one coil out. Alright, so you don't want to use a electric tool. So you're going to loosen it by hand. For example, on this, I can loosen it by hand as well. Once it is loosened, like that, I can slowly work it out. That's out. I might be able to fetch it with this. Now, so I probably have to get a magnet. So I'll get a magnet, I'll take it out. Don't know how blurry this is, but as you can see here, this is okay. You can tell it is quite old. It's just worn down a little bit. I'll also show you. This is still exact same as the other one that you want to put in perfect gap. Okay, so when you compare this to a brand new one, obviously you can tell it's definitely needing a replacement. Okay, also you can see this is a original Mercedes plug, but it has NGK on it. If you actually read the fine print here, it's the exact same part number as here. It's hard to read. ILZKAP7A10. As you can see, exact same here. Okay, so we're going to do, we're going to slowly put this in. Pretty much bring it all the way down. You don't want it to drop in, because you'll cause issues. Now with spark plugs, you're best to do them up all by finger. You can use a gun, but trust me when I say it's such better. You just do by hand. I'm going to use my gun, but not actually for using it. So you're going to go until they pretty much get stuck in tight, and just another 10%. That's it. That one's done. So repeat for the next bank, and then we'll move on to the other bank. The plugs. Now, just going to put these back on, make sure they line up with the hole. I'm just going to push it on and click this in now. So do all these. Okay, now we're going to put our bolts back in. So you want to remember pretty much how much force it took you to take it off. That's how much you're going to apply now. Alright, so I've taken them out, put the new ones in, retighten, make sure they're all tight. You want to make sure both bolts are 100% lined up and starting to screw before you tighten it down, otherwise you can have struggle possibly aligning the other bolt. That's why on this one I waited until last, and I made sure the bottom one is before I tightened the top one. Then I made the bottom one easy to tighten. Okay, so here are all our plugs. They all pretty much have a very similar wear. That's what you're looking for. If one plug is completely obviously different, it is black, the other ones are white. If it's white, the other ones are black. This one is a little bit darker, but nothing too serious. It's still within normal wear. Then you could have a problem. Now time to assemble. Put it back the exact same way it came off. Put that one on. Put your little silver cover. And this can slide in here. And then make sure it lines up with the bottom. A bit hard to see from above, but on your own car you'll see it quite easily. So that's it. Just got to tighten this, put our front piece on, put our upper cover on, and we're done. And once you've done that, you can always start your car. So that's it, we're officially done. We can now put the old spark plugs in the bin. This took about 20 minutes all up, start to finish, if you're fully focusing. I hope you all had a wonderful day. I'll speak to you next time.